up, everybody? We're back again with another exciting episode of Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast, episode 23. I am Chris.
The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. I'm Tyler Durden.
Wow.
There.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Special
like it.
guest Tyler Durden.
My name is Jamie, and I may or may not have had a couple of beers before we started recording this. So, all right. We're going to
Nice
get right
and
into it.
loosey-goosey.
Yeah,
Neither here nor
Feeling pretty good.
there.
Yeah.
Episode number 23. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. And check this shit out, bitches.
That's right.
Yeah. Grim
yeah.
86 Freedom First
What does that
Podcast
say?
gear.
There it
Grim
is.
86 Freedom
There
First
it is.
Podcast. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That's amazing.
It
It
is
is
amazing.
Isn't that amazing,
Yeah,
Johnny?
if you
Yeah,
didn't
I
know,
think
you
so.
can get your own shirt, just like the one that I'm wearing, on shop.spreadshirt.com/grim86. And we only get $5 towards anything that you buy on there. So we're not making hand over fist on your contribution. And every little bit that we get goes back into the show. We're buying better cameras. We're buying rock stars.
More rock stars.
And we're buying beer. You know,
Maybe
really
a
is what
tattoo
it's-
here and there. Who knows?
You
I don't know.
You never know really what
You
it's
never
going to do.
No, it's all for the show.
Yeah.
It all goes for the show. We want to make this a bigger and better thing that we do so that we can contact more people and spread the amazing word of freedom. Yeah.
Freedom.
Absolutely.
True freedom.
Freedom.
Unadulterated freedom.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just
Like
get
not
that
freedom
out
with
of the fucking way.
with
a capital
with a
F.
condition.
Sure.
That's not freedom.
No.
No, yeah, well, let's not jump the gun here. We
Yeah.
got a lot to say about that
No,
later
we're
on
just
in the
talking
show.
about the show. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why we need the money.
Yeah.
Let's
That's all.
To make more freedom content.
To make more. Yeah, exactly.
we need money because I'm fucking hungry.
Yo,
Is really why.
Yo, we put a lot into this podcast out of our own pocket and to get to this point. So yeah, like it would be cool if we had some support.
Yeah.
And you get a fucking tight ass shirt out of it. I'm
Dude,
just saying.
serious.
The quality
Absolutely.
of the garment came out better than I expected. The silk screen, the resolution of the silk screen, everything. It looks fucking fabulous.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like some podcast shit. It looks like some shit we actually paid somebody to do.
Which we did, kind of.
I mean,
Kind of.
Yeah, we paid.
I mean, we had to
you
set
know,
up the site. And
It's all like
everything,
build to
and-
order shit or make to order stuff.
and that's all. Like the graphics
fucking
are
awesome.
The graphics are custom by Jamie. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
make all the graphics.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
do all. I wasn't even gonna take credit for that, but yeah,
well,
I did.
no,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you,
did do that,
You need to because they need to know what we're doing out there with our
Yeah.
time and energy for the show.
and it was fun. I had a good time.
And
I
the
hope you like it.
skeleton logo is donated by who? What's his name?
By TJ.
Yeah, very
yeah,
cool
TJ.
logo that you guys see on our podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we're
Grim
gonna
Reaper?
be. Yep,
Grim
the
86.
main one that we put in all of our shows.
And you can get shirts of those too.
Yeah, that's on there too. So we got the Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast shirts,
Yeah,
which
once
Jamie's
again,
wearing, and we also have
the Grim Reaper.
our Grim
Mhm.
Reaper logo available for you guys.
Yep.
Also in adult sizes, women's and men's clothing. So,
Yep.
and the women's clothing look
Hoodies, everything.
is
Hats.
fucking dope, dude. I've never. I mean, I think our clothing is probably the best on the market right now.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Hands
We don't
down.
even have to do science for
Yeah,
that one.
it looks good, you guys.
We're not even going to take a poll.
It
because
looks
we already
good,
know.
it feels good, and
Yeah.
we know it's good.
So,
Yeah.
but please
So science.
give us some feedback, though.
But please, we're not
let us
really.
know.
But
After
please,
all that,
Yeah,
please,
let us know.
we're not really arrogant assholes. We just need some help.
Let us
but
know.
if it doesn't fit your needs and whatnot, we can change some
Yeah.
shit. So we're open to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you.
We'll sell you something.
Chris has an
You wanna
open
see-
door policy.
I'll sell you something. Believe me.
Open back.
I
door
want your
policy.
money.
I'm not sure what that
I'll make
means,
something
but
happen.
It sounded right.
Did you catch that?
Wait, what? I didn't hear it.
He's got an open backdoor policy.
Yeah! That was what I was implying, but thank you for clarifying.
All right. Okay.
Freedom! And we're moving on to the country
Freedom.
that we need to be worried about the most with their technological advances.
Dum dum dum. Ghana's
We
in
always
Ghana.
bring you guys science.
I will send my robots to cleanse the world.
They're not even robots. They're actually like super soldier suits.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're
Oh.
they're more realistic that or actually what am I saying? They already have them.
Wait a minute. Is this an exoskeleton?
This is
It is.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
This
so-
is tech, dude.
So we're gonna see.
I feel like a lot of
We're
glue
gonna-
and duct tape went
Yeah.
into the production of these
gonna
uniforms.
We're gonna see a supposed military exoskeleton and some sort of an APC
super,
armor personnel carrier.
Yeah.
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 Let's see how it
Halo,
goes. Let's see how it
Halo,
goes.
get the fuck out of
Let's
here.
see how it goes. Here we are. Here we are, folks.
They like are moving moving like it's like 100 degrees out. By the way.
Wow, dude. Isn't that the thing that the little Wookiees used to drive in Star Wars or whatever?
They got all the little
sand
robots.
crawler?
Yeah, the sand crawler. Yeah. Yes, it is. They just put camo on it. Now look at the guy closest to the screen. His hose is unhooked.
Oh, wow.
These hoses are clearly just like screwed on there. They don't do anything.
They got like motorcycle helmets on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not even good ones. They're like some crappy
level 1
yeah,
PUBG
oh
helmets.
Level 1 helmet.
Fucking level 1 armor. I bet you that,
Oh my God.
that armored tank is
those
not
little
armored.
circles on their chest hold their dip canisters or little tobacco. Like
That looks like cheap Chinese steel
operator
to
as
me.
fuck.
Wow.
Look at the guns, how they're like the ARs are mounted.
Wow.
Like that shooting over, it wouldn't even hit anyone. And the anti-aircraft
Well, it
guns.
would because they got that technology inside their helmet.
Yeah, the targeting
Yeah,
technology.
the targeting
Okay, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. That one's falling.
It's about the software.
I love how that hose is just hanging at his left leg. It's just,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
this is hard to watch.
yeah, why do they have this like Secret Service guy here guarding these advanced soldiers? By the way,
Because, just in case.
I guess because the
Because this is
battery goes
Ghana.
down.
Because this is Ghana. They don't have to explain shit.
Yeah, and we're gonna be Ghana if their technology ever comes
Man.
to take us out, bro.
My
It's gonna
God.
take us. It's gonna take us
Look
out.
at those high-tech green. Well, you viewers at home can't see them, but those little lights are green LEDs.
wow.
That's fucking science.
That is science.
That's high.
You know it's badass when it's got a
night vision, I think.
night
Oh,
vision,
God.
home protection.
Camouflage fucking tire
Yeah,
covers.
good thing we painted the tires.
Yeah, no,
Holy
they're like a cover, bro. They're like a cover.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Just in
that's
case
probably
somebody
bulletproof.
shoots at your tire, right?
Yeah, it's probably missile proof.
That. I don't know. The American military should be trembling at this point.
I would be.
I'm scared for them.
Yeah. Me too.
What's going to happen to the fate of our nation, Jamie?
Look at this
I
guy's
don't know,
helmet.
man.
This guy's helmet's legit too.
I guess time to call in the Spartan fucking army. Master Chief's gonna come down.
I feel
He's
like
probably gonna fucking set these guys
I feel like
right.
the actual Spartans are better than this.
With spears and shit.
You know what, dude? I'm not worried about them. You know why? Because we got the A-team.
Ooh,
We got B.A. Baracus.
their vans
We
way
got
cooler.
Face. Right? Who's the other guy?
Hannibal.
Murdoch?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is just a
I
tragedy.
feel like
Look at this shit.
I feel like if
Oh my God.
Now look at the inside.
I feel like if there was an actual Cobra from G.I. Joe, this would be them.
Yeah, but like a shitty, like how Matchbox was a version of Hot Wheels that was shittier.
Right?
It would
Yeah.
be like that.
Yeah,
It would
exactly.
be the shittier
Yeah,
version
the
of
low
G.I.
budget
Joe.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
We got like 9 people in there.
You might be able to go a little bit.
Look at
more.
all those mortars on top, dude. Like they're just going to shoot. It's all like plastic tubing and shit.
Oh, good. I brought my tablet out to take a video.
That's old tech, though. They'll be getting the new tech.
I said, what is that?
Once the military gets it, then it
Yeah.
gets
What is that?
trickled down.
What is that? A Gen 3 iPad? That's nice. That's real nice, actually.
This is Gen 900 military.
Oh, and we're just going to let everybody in, huh?
The inside.
That looks like a hardened soldier right there.
Yeah. With the helmet just laying there,
Battle
falling
ram.
down. Yeah.
Rocking on
Total
the,
operator.
Rocking the woodland camo. That's the most. That's the latest in.
Yeah. Look at this high-tech
Do not
paneling.
tell me what to do.
Yeah, this cushiony paneling that they put in there. This is totally mil-spec. So, all right, I feel like this is totally enough of this crap.
Wow, dude. This is really hard
Is
to
he
watch.
wearing?
yeah.
Is he wearing?
If I
a
wasn't
beret?
making jokes, dude, I'd probably be crying right
Yeah.
now. This is pretty sad, dude.
That was a little rough.
Dude, that is pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
So we wanted to
All right,
bring
we're
that
back.
to
We're
you freedom fighters at home because this is going to be the next threat. They have clearly advanced past our military
This
in the
is
United States.
horrifying.
and any of our allies. So
It's horrifying
yeah,
to watch.
this is scary, dude.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important.
And then
that,
they got-
we protect our Second Amendment
Absolutely.
because
Because they're doing, they're doing business with China. That looks like Chinese steel on that fucking.
Yeah. we got it. We definitely got to get our laser guns to
Yeah.
defeat these
Yeah.
guys, though.
so that means my 2G3 will go right the fuck through
You
it.
gotta get
Then,
your
right?
blasters
We'll be all
from
right.
Star
Yeah.
Wars. So, alrighty.
Holy
we got
Christ.
yeah. So now we know there's a threat out there, a new threat.
That was just rough to watch.
Dude, that was pretty.
You guys want to watch this
awesome.
helicopter video?
Wherever you would like to take us.
Yeah, I would like to take us
You're
to a
the
helicopter video.
pilot, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. That's kind of a lot of responsibility, but that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. So I don't know anything other than this video, I don't know anything about this video other than the fact that he gets his rotors like really close to the hillside here.
It's like a ski rescue type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a medevac kind of thing.
Sketch. It's
sketch is what it is.
as fuck is
All
what
right,
it is.
let's play it.
Let's see what happens here.
Holy crap,
Yep.
dude! He just parked right up next to the fucking mountain.
This guy's a fucking gangster, dude.
That's
Fucking
badass.
G right there. Holy crap, dude! He just saved lives effortlessly. See, Jamie, that's why you're the pilot, because you saved the show effortlessly.
I'm not doing that shit. This guy is crazy.
I'm saying we set the destination, you get us there.
I
That's what I'm
feel
saying.
like he shouldn't be the pilot.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that was insane,
Holy
dude.
fuck.
What did you say?
I feel like he shouldn't be the pilot, though. He's like, at the beginning of the show, I had maybe a few drinks. That was what I was waiting to see if you guys
Everything's
would
gonna
catch
be
on to.
fine.
That's a freedom.
I
pilot.
got this shit.
It'll be
Hold
Hold my beer, Johnny. We're going down and getting the skier.
It'll be fine.
Fuck.
Everyone just hang on, strap in. It'll be
You're
fine.
just here for moral support.
However,
Just
that
stay
guy
in your seats.
deserves fucking a lot of beers when he
Dude,
gets
that
home.
guy-
Man. That's
Yeah, holy
badass.
fuck.
Definitely a champion.
That's legit.
right there.
I like it. Choppers are the shit, bro. Love helicopters.
That was fucking
Wow,
awesome.
that's crazy. How's that person getting down there?
That was pretty epic, dude.
He's
Coming back for them?
Nope. You got skis, bro.
That was pretty fucking tight, dude. That was pretty legit.
Yeah.
Hey, have
like
you
it.
guys seen this new technology? It's like I think Congress wants to start monitoring it because it's like AI is attacking AI. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So apparently AI is taking over and killing other AI that's useless. As a matter of fact, we have a video for it.
So
All right.
let's go ahead and let's see
bring it
Check
on
out.
up then.
Yeah.
So this is the first AI on AI crime that I've ever witnessed.
We're the tip of the spear here at Grim 86 for First
We're
Podcast.
bringing it to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what this is this is going to be something called a promo bot, which I'm not super familiar with, but it was supposed to be debuted at this convention. Was marching in line with a bunch of other robots of its like, and somehow stepped out of line, moved onto a roadway where a Tesla that was in self-driving mode then collided with it.
Oh,
Knocked it over.
Fuck. I felt
And-
like Promobot was dating Eater and he got pissed off, you know?
Well, I don't know what happened, but Tesla came in, nailed the son of a bitch, and broke all of its arms and like a bunch of other shit. And like the engineers are being like, we can't even fix it. Like they're
Shit.
saying it's fucked.
Oh, it's
basically.
so
totaled.
Like, what?
It's totaled.
And like watch what happens.
right,
Like
let's
the
do this.
crash.
AI on AI violence.
The
right
crash is so pathetic that you're like,
Let's blow
really?
this guy up.
You're like, really? That ruined it? Like, watch.
Let's blow that up. Yeah.
Here. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Ruined.
Get the fuck out of
Ruined.
here.
And,
Somebody wants Tesla to pay
Derp.
for their technology.
It looked like it just fell over, dude.
I don't even think the Tesla
It didn't
touched
even
it.
look like he touched it, dude. I'm
think
not
he
touching
drove
you.
by
I'm not
too
touching
fast.
you. I'm not touching me.
He
Mom.
literally drove by too fast and
Yeah.
created a gust of wind. And this thing dude, it was falling over.
Dude,
Rewind it.
It looks like
it was already falling over. Watch. Right there.
No.
Dude, it was already
It's kind of
falling
when the
over.
front wheel got over there. Front wheel and it starts tipping.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, dude, I think it was
Yeah.
it's a setup. Dude.
The guy that like set
They're
it
after
up,
Tesla, dude.
the guy that put it all together, the guy who was in the car, was like, oh
This
yeah,
guy.
yeah. He was like,
me,
medic. I had it all. They can't see it. The guy that was in the car was like,
shit.
oh yeah, I did it in a parking lot because I didn't think that like it'd be able to hurt anything. There were no people around, and then he fucking
Well,
runs
he was
over,
right in a sense.
runs over a
Yeah.
fucking robot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Science.
Totals the son of a bitch. Like
Yeah.
that was it.
Wow.
He was done.
It fell over and it totaled it.
Kerplunk.
That's some fucking high tech
so
shit.
stupid.
Dude, how did you
Uh,
not recognize that? Somebody was
I don't know.
self-driving, I bet you.
I don't know.
Somebody just wants
It's just crazy.
Tesla's money, and they think it's the actual Dr. Tesla. I mean, the actual physicist.
The scientist, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
America's great.
All right. Do we got another one? Any other free talk?
No, I
Anyone?
think that was it.
You can go into our first topipic here.
I think we're about ready to go into our first topic.
All right. Trump's speech we want to go over.
Yeah, so Trump had a speech about the
wall.
State of the Nation, right? He addressed the nation about the wall, about he was soliciting for money to build the wall, and talked about kind of like a few of the things that are going on that are preventing the wall from being built. So we're just going to kind of analyze it and break it down for you guys.
All righty. All right, Jamie, you're going to be at standby on for the pause button.
All right. Okay.
So you got to pull this guy back.
I can't believe we have to watch this again.
Dude, this is actually like the 5th time watching this thing, dude.
This fucking
twice.
guy. Whatever. You'll see. If you haven't already watched it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, man.
Okay.
My fellow Americans, tonight I am speaking to you because there is a growing humanitarian and security.
I'm speaking to you.
I'm speaking to you.
Oh, Scarface,
Hey,
the
I'm
commander-in-chief.
I'm a speaker to you, okay, man?
Yeah.
I need to speak to you.
Let's play that back one more time so the
I need to
viewers
speak
can
to
really
you
hear that.
directly.
Listen to his talk here. This is great. Go for it.
I'm trying to. I can't grab
You're good. You're good. You're all the way back.
My fellow Americans, tonight I am speaking to you because there
I'm
is a
speaking
growing
to you.
humanitarian
Say hello
and
to my
security
little
crisis
friend, the
at
wall.
our
So
southern
he
border.
says something about a
Every
humanitarian
day,
crisis, right?
Customs and Border Patrol agents
We'll talk about that in a second.
encounter thousands of illegal immigrants trying to enter our country. We are out of space to hold them, and we have no way to promptly return them back home to their country. America proudly welcomes millions of lawful immigrants who enrich our society and contribute to our nation.
And
But
I
all
am
Americans
very
are
bad at
hurt
reading
by
from a teleprompter.
uncontrolled illegal migration.
All right, you want to
It's
pause it?
strained.
All right, go ahead.
So he
Chris.
talked about a humanitarian crisis, but he doesn't fully kind of. He talks about what the humanitarian crisis is.
Let me add one little thing, and you can continue
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Right out of the gate, he started with fear.
Right,
So,
right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So he's gonna. They all do the same thing.
Fucking
Oh,
They
dipshit.
lead with fear, and then they tell you they give you the most horrific story, the least likely scenario, and then they
Setting up the fear.
they solicit what they want
Yeah.
from
Absolutely.
you. So this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not just Trump; it's every single politician.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but for today, it's going to be Trump.
Yeah. So,
So he talked about the humanitarian crisis. And the way that I understood it, he was talking about the humanitarian crisis is on our side of the border, not on the other side of the border. So he's saying that people are coming in and creating a humanitarian crisis. That's why we need the wall. But
I took it as he just meant the entire thing around it, either side. That's the way I took it.
he's
Just
a nationalist, so he's always speaking from our side.
is speaking.
Speaking.
Yeah.
He's always speaking.
He's always speaking from our side.
Yep. All right. Continue.
Public resources and drives down jobs and wages. Among those hardest hit are African Americans and Hispanic Americans.
Right
Our
away,
southern border is
targeting
a
people.
pipeline for vast quantities of illegal drugs, including meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl. Every
I'll give you a
week,
solution for that,
300
Mr.
of our
President.
citizens
And
are killed
the
by
drug
heroin
war.
alone, 90% of which floods across from our southern border. More Americans will die from drugs this year than were killed in the entire Vietnam War.
We looked up that statistic also.
Yeah, we did
Because
look it up.
it sounded like bullshit to me, right?
It sounded like bullshit to me too.
And what were the
It
numbers?
was actually true. It was actually true.
Yeah, it was true.
So
72,000
yeah,
died from
Drugs.
overdose.
72,000, and then it was like 58,000 or 50,
Yeah,
58,000
in the whole war.
Yeah,
was
58.
Vietnam War. So immediately I was like, "Fuck that! I don't like you, Cheeto. You're talking a bunch of bullshit." But he was actually fucking right. So I mean,
Yeah, but
it is what
just
it is.
because it's statistics right doesn't mean that the whole premise to this
Sure, just
bullshit
like
is
gun
right.
violence, the way they do statistics, we don't
Right,
know
right.
Yeah,
how it's
well,
broken down.
Here's the thing too. Like that being said, like I think it's important that like just we as people are like, no, okay, so
Like
I
that
don't-
could be
I don't
considering
know-
drug overdoses on purpose.
Hold on,
like
like I mean
prescription.
even more simple than that. I know a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. Okay,
Sure.
Right.
none of us like Donald Trump.
Not necessarily.
But
no.
if he's gonna say a fact, let him have it.
Sure.
Right.
Fucking let him have it. Right.
Give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Right?
You're. Did you say something that was true? Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, fucking good on you. Like, so many people are afraid to even do that nowadays. That fucking. That's one of the things that divides us.
Right.
And that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, there's that whole. Okay, so to get into the weeds just a little bit, this is the whole. Whatever Donald Trump says, we resist, and this is what I'm seeing. It's a total resistance. Total resistance from the left
same
side.
thing with Obama on the other end of it.
Yeah.
Before
but I mean, but especially Donald Trump. I mean, it seems
I don't
like
know. The right never wanted to work with Obama either, so I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They hated him.
Womp womp.
I mean, this guy, he brought a lot of bullshit on himself. You know, he brought a lot of that hate on himself. I mean, just the way he talks about, Mexicans in the first place, you know, and illegal immigration. I mean, it kind of made him come off as a fucking jerk, you know?
The guy's a fuck. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, he's a fucking jerk. I think he's funny sometimes, though. That's the only difference.
Well, yeah, he's an entertainment guy.
Yeah, he's a total entertainment.
There we
man.
go. Yeah.
In the last 2 years, ICE officers made 266,000 arrests of aliens with criminal records,
I got a fucking
including
problem with
those
this, too.
charged or convicted of 100,000 assaults, 30,000 sex crimes,
wait. Let him get through
and
the whole thing.
4,000 violent killings.
Okay, go back real quick.
Right
Go back. Because did he say convicted or charged? Or did he say convicted and charged and convicted?
He just said arrested.
Okay, so go back to make sure, because I want to make sure, because I want to point something out if that's what he said.
30,000 sex crimes and 4,000 violent, 100,000 assaults of aliens with criminal records, including those charged or convicted of 100,000.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
charged
okay.
or convicted?
Charged or
So
convicted.
not everybody that is coming across is convicted of a crime. They've been charged, but who knows what happened to the charges? Either they were dropped or
No. It's even beyond that. It's not even that like people who come over they're getting fucked on. It's that of the people that are in the States that are illegal immigrants, they have been charged or convicted.
They have a criminal record.
They have a criminal record.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you have to think he's using all these numbers in such a fucking giant scheme.
But that's what
where
I'm
it's
saying.
Like,
Okay,
it's fucking fear mongering.
If they were charged,
is it not?
If they were
That's
charged,
what the government does.
Listen, if they were charged and not convicted, then it's not a crime.
But that's what I'm saying. Charged or convicted.
But he's lumping everything together. Is
I
what
know.
I'm saying.
It's so he can get a bigger number because
Exactly.
a bigger number makes you scared.
That's for you guys
if
out
you're
there.
a fucking white person,
That's
you get
what I'm getting at.
scared. Oh no, the brown people.
Don't be
are gonna
scared
fucking
of
hurt
this
me.
shit. Don't be scared.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and it's the
fucking
same thing
dumb.
with the drug statistics for the deaths. We don't know the exact what they
Right,
break down
right.
into. It could be somebody at home that takes prescription drugs to kill themselves.
Well, one thing
That's
that we
not
do
the
know
same.
for sure
Yeah.
is there's a lot of drugs that come across the border.
Of course.
I mean, that's the bottom line.
Because of the drug
for,
war.
Yeah,
for
we're not
anybody trying to
arguing that.
downplay that part of this whole scenario, and there's a lot of human trafficking too. I mean, so I'm not saying I'm in support of anything. I'm just we're just talking.
30,000.
I didn't click that. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I don't know how that happened.
Donald wants to talk, man.
Yeah, man.
Quack,
He will
quack.
not be silenced.
Quack, quack.
This is fucked up.
We know that
This
already.
is fucked up.
Womp, womp.
You guys want to go back to it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
Sex crimes and 4,000 violent killings. Over the years, thousands of Americans have been brutally killed by those who illegally entered our country, and thousands more lives will be lost if we don't act right now. This is a humanitarian crisis, a crisis of the heart, and a crisis of the soul.
Oh, the
Last
This is
month,
where he appeals to
20,000
everybody.
migrant children were illegally brought into the United States, a
True.
dramatic increase.
Oh,
These
my
children are
feels.
used
Right in my
as human
feels. Yep.
pawns by vicious coyotes and ruthless gangs. 1 in 3 women are
Apply
sexually
that to the U.S.
assaulted
military.
on the dangerous trek up through Mexico. Women or children
Why would he do
are
that?
the biggest victims, by far, of our broken system. This is the tragic reality of illegal immigration on our southern border. This is the cycle of human suffering that I am determined to end. My administration has presented Congress with a detailed proposal to secure the border and stop the criminal gangs, drug smugglers, and human traffickers. It's a tremendous problem. Our proposal was developed by law enforcement professionals and border agents at the Department of Homeland Security. These are the resources they have requested to properly perform their mission and keep America safe. In fact, safer than ever before.
So what he's trying to say right now is that they requested $5-something billion.
Right.
The agents on the fucking border that do that job every fucking day, they're like, yeah, no, we totally need like a whole wall thing here. That's what he's fucking implying.
Yeah,
he's
that's
saying
exactly
the
what
people
he's
that work there say that they need a fucking wall. Like they can't already do their job sufficiently enough with the tools that they currently have. I understand like maybe needing some new equipment, maybe needing some dogs or something. Like fuck, but you know what I mean? But dude, a fucking wall? Are you kidding me? Okay, first of all, I want to say there's already a fucking barrier along the border.
Yeah, there's walls all over the damn border already.
Yeah,
So
they've already paid for a lot of it.
And he's
And what do the people do? They go around them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not secure. That's what he's saying. It's not secure.
They're pretty secure.
Nah, I doubt
Pretty
it.
secure.
No.
But here's the thing. They can get around them no matter what.
Sure.
So even if you had a Great Wall of China type scenario the whole way, right?
Well,
they're
I mean,
still going to get around it. They're going to get over it. They're going to find a way.
It took somebody 2,000 years how to figure out how to beat the Great Wall of China. I mean, if you look at,
I think it's a little different of a time to compare that to. They have aircraft. We have.
we are the most
underneath it.
They were the most advanced. They were the most advanced military.
No.
We're the most advanced military.
Yeah, that's not stopping it now,
Yeah,
right?
but
I agree.
They're always going to find a way to get around it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at it, if you look at the sheer numbers of the how people migrate to the U.S., the majority of it is by aircraft.
Yeah, or boat. There's tons of people that come in through boat.
But see, that's not the problem. The problem is
no, it's just because the media is making the problem.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's a
well,
false-
because we have it's a false created problem. I mean, there may be some people coming over the border and committing crimes, whatever.
Well, there is,
but it's not really. I mean, on a grand scale of things in the United States to take care of, is a border wall the most essential thing that we need to do right now?
Well,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so at all.
The whole thing is bullshit.
No.
You have illegal prostitution. You have illegal drugs. You have all these things that are illegal that create these scenarios. You have what else do we have? We have
this is a straight up political move by Trump. Let me tell you why. This is because he can't lose.
Oh, he's pandering to the base.
I'm just saying. I think
he can't
it's stupid.
lose right now.
I think it's stupid.
Okay, so
I think it's dumb
so
to
if
fucking
he doesn't
focus
get the wall,
any resources on this fucking bullshit.
but it's not.
Gonna
It's
do a
not about
goddamn
that.
thing,
It's about the.
in my opinion,
it's about making the Democrats look like shit, and that's what he's doing.
No, I know what his fucking end game
Yeah.
is. I understand that.
Well, and he ran. I mean, this is his main thing he ran on too. So he is definitely pandering to his base, right? I mean, this is definitely the main thing he wants to be able to say.
And anybody on the fence. So if you're on the fence about it and say like, okay, so you're like, well, maybe a border wall would be good, and but you don't have a definite.
So let me.
So this is how and I'm talking about the politics of it, and we don't normally get into this, but I'm going to because I think a lot of you out there are interested in this stuff. So he's basically riling up his base and anybody watching and telling us how the Democrats are holding us up. Now, when it comes to re-election, he could say, "Look, Democrats didn't do anything," making them look really bad.
Well, hold on.
And they will lose a lot of seats.
He hasn't gotten to that yet.
No, I know. I'm just talking about his political game in general.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Like that's fucking established. We get it, right?
Yeah.
The only way he makes himself look better is by trashing the opposite party. He's trying to. That was the reason why I said he was so pompous earlier, because his entire fucking speech is about fucking blaming. It's saying, well, the reason I had to do that is because somebody fucking made me do it.
So
exactly.
you're absolutely right. So he's doing that, A, and then B, what he's doing is demonizing all these evil crimes, which the government has created every single one of these crimes. Every single one of them.
Well, I mean, there probably are some real crimes in there, like murder, rape, or whatever.
You wouldn't have this immigration problem if it wasn't for the drug war.
It wasn't for welfare. Yeah.
Yeah, welfare over here.
Yeah.
Every single thing. Us going into their countries and meddling with their
it's absolutely
with their fucking politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So this is all comes down to government controlling other governments,
Right.
and now we're getting the blowback.
Right. And
So this is all bullshit.
And they're all on the same page. They all want the same thing, money, power.
No, you're right. They're on the same team.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
They
Believe it or not, the Democrats and Republicans are on the same fucking team.
Yeah, same.
All
they
right,
want the same things.
Let's
yeah,
listen
go
to
ahead.
fucking
Fire
Cheeto
away.
Head talk a little bit more here.
The proposal from Homeland Security includes cutting-edge technology for detecting drugs, weapons,
Which one
illegal
never worked?
contraband, and many other things.
He's
We
so
have
bad at reading.
requested more agents,
I can't get over it.
immigration judges, and bed space to process the sharp rise in unlawful migration fueled by our very strong economy. Our plan also contains an urgent
not fueled by our
request for
economy.
humanitarian assistance and medical support. Furthermore, we have asked Congress to close border security loopholes so that illegal immigrant children can be safely and humanely returned back home.
Fucking useless fucks, dude.
Yeah.
All of
You
them.
notice when I pointed that out
All of
before?
them. Okay, so at the beginning
Yeah.
he says,
He says that we have no way to return these immigrants in a timely manner or at all.
and what did he say?
And then right
at
now,
the end?
he just said, "Let us do this so we can." And it's just
return
like,
the
wait, I
children
thought we-
to their
He was
safely.
implying at the beginning that there's no way physically possible ever to
Right.
do it.
And then now he wants to do it
And now-
safely and
yeah.
humanely.
Yeah.
Return them back home.
And they always use notice. He started right out of the gate race baiting with blacks and Mexicans, and he has done nothing but fear mongering the whole time, appealing to people's emotions the entire time, making everything sound safety. Government, that's all they do is fear monger for everyone to jump in.
Dude, this guy
and
can get
join along.
fucked.
Yeah.
Man. Like straight up. This is all dog shit as far as I'm concerned.
Poo-poo.
This is fucking ridiculous.
You know, and these guys all do it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so this guy has the border wall. Obama had ISIS.
Look, he's doing
and-
great at his job.
Yeah,
Let's-
yeah,
can we all,
he's doing
we
it great.
can admit
Yeah,
that he's doing
absolutely.
great at his job.
Yeah.
Which is to fucking
fuck
make-
us.
Yeah, to make most
To
people
fuck us.
to make
Yeah.
most
To be a
people
status fuck.
be like,
Right?
oh yeah, could you fuck me a little harder, Daddy Trump? Like Jesus, that's exactly what the fuck he's doing. He's like he's got everybody bought in.
He's telling us how he's gonna fuck us right now.
Yep. Just soft and dry.
Him and Congress.
Just the worst.
Put
the
it in the
worst
pooper.
type.
They're
Yeah.
all in the same
worst type.
fucking. They're all on the same team. Just so you guys know.
Bite the pillow.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going in dry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hashtag look it up.
Or whatever.
No freedom league for this
Yeah.
fuck.
R.I.P. my. R.I.P.
He's
my-
on the ban list for Freedom Lube.
Fuck, dude. R.I.P. my search history. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, as part of an
I like how
overall
the long
approach to
inhale.
border security, law enforcement professionals have requested
Well,
$5.7
reptilians need to get
billion
deeper breaths,
for a
so
physical barrier. At the request of Democrats, it
Gonna
will
be
be a
steel.
steel barrier rather than a concrete wall.
Oh,
Oh,
he-
good.
he's
barrier
negotiating.
is
So you see that he's a good
absolutely critical
negotiator.
to border security. It's also what our professionals at the border
Oh, like it
want
makes a difference
and
between the
need.
two materials they're
Chinese
using to
steel.
block
Just-
us in.
You know what they're
Chinese
really fighting
steals.
over? How much the border
border
wall is going to
wall
cost.
would
The Democrats are
very
like, no, it should
quickly
cost
pay for
50
itself.
million, 50
The
billion.
cost of illegal drugs
Trump's like
exceeds
$5 billion. Come on, don't be
$500 billion
ridiculous.
a year, vastly more than the $5.7 billion we have requested from Congress. The wall will also be paid for indirectly by the great new trade deal we have made with Mexico. Senator Chuck Schumer, who
Not
you
free
will
market.
be
Well, there you
hearing
go.
from
You got
later
your money.
tonight,
What the fuck you on TV
has
for?
repeatedly supported a physical
Indirectly
barrier
and
in the
in
past,
part, like not
along
all
with
of
many
it.
other Democrats.
Yeah, but he
They
also had that big
changed their
arms
mind
deal with
only
fucking
after I
Syria.
was elected president.
That was $3
Democrats
billion.
in
Yeah, but that's probably
Congress
going back into
have
the wars.
refused to acknowledge the crisis. And they have refused to provide our brave border agents with the tools they desperately need.
This is a political
To
move,
protect
dude.
our
The whole
This
thing
is
is,
straight
it's all
up
feel
political.
goody
nation.
and fear mongering or
federal
feel goody.
government
It's, he
remains
knows they're
shut
going to
down
shoot him down. So
for
he can
one
use this
reason,
later on in
and
fucking
one
his
reason
campaign.
only.
Yeah, see, I tried.
Because
Because
re-election, yeah.
Democrats will not
Yeah. He didn't
fund
really care.
border security. My administration is doing everything in our power to help those impacted by the situation. But the only
This is
solution
fucking
is for
stupid.
Democrats to pass a spending bill that defends our borders and reopens the government. This situation could be solved.
No.
in
Give
a
me money
45
or I
minute
won't
meeting.
open the
Reopen the
I have
government.
invited congressional leadership to the
No.
White House tomorrow to get this done.
And we know what
Hopefully,
happened there. Nothing.
we can rise above partisan politics in order to support national
How about
security.
freedom?
What's
Some
going
have
on with that
suggested
flag in the
a
background? It's all
barrier
tore up or
is
something.
Or we
immoral.
could just try freedom.
Then why do wealthy politicians build walls, fences, and gates around their homes?
Come
Oh, this
on.
argument.
I'm
this
already
fucking
mad. I'm already
argument.
mad.
Of course.
I'm already fucking mad. He's using the fucking same argument. Oh, well, why did they put it
Do
on
you
their
lock
house?
your door, Jamie? Do
yeah,
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking locked my door. Like, it's like, dude, yeah, exactly. Like, dude,
It's ridiculous.
that fucking makes me so mad that they're gonna take it down to a level that's so intimate and personal and so small, and they're gonna be like, it's the same thing as guarding our country. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Well, you know that he could easily just take money out of the military budget and build a fucking wall, dude.
Sure.
I mean, that's how easy it would be.
There's tons
That's
of
why I'm
government
saying.
programs bloated.
That's why I'm saying this is all just a
All of it.
political move. That's all it is. Because if he really wants the money, he's the president of the United States. If he says, Congress, I'm taking the money to build a fucking wall, there's nothing you can do about it. There is absolutely nothing Congress can do about it.
What's his net worth anyway? Do we know?
Who, him?
Yeah, Trump.
Yeah, he says $2 billion, but I doubt it.
Who knows?
So I mean, so he can almost get halfway there by his goddamn self
Yeah,
if he really gave two shits about the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But no, he's just trying to look good in front of his
It's a
fucking what he
political move.
promised.
It's a political
Yeah,
move.
it's
all
all
it is.
dog
This
shit.
is it.
Yeah.
You know, we should show after is the Schumer fucking Pelosi interview. Also,
I don't know if I can take that.
Yeah, I don't think I
This
can.
That's
either.
way worse
We'll do
than
that
that.
some other time, man.
Yeah, I just I don't
dude.
know,
Like
man.
never.
There-
Do you guys, are we good on this? Or you guys
I'm
wanna
good.
keep going?
We can mention the other part. Then he starts talking about how legal. He does some fear mongering, and he's talking about how a few different individuals died. Well, and I'm not downplaying it by saying a few different individuals, but that's his examples.
Right. The
So-
worst case scenario.
Exactly.
The
So
emotional
people died.
pill.
So
Yeah.
the point that I wanted to bring about was, well, if these people got murdered and killed, I'm not saying this would necessarily answer every single problem, but let fucking Americans be able to carry fucking firearms to defend themselves. You wouldn't get killed. They use the example of by a hammer. An Air Force veteran got killed by a hammer. Well, maybe if they were carrying a fucking firearm, they wouldn't have that problem.
yeah, I
And
guarantee.
if everyone knew that people were allowed to carry weapons, they wouldn't have that problem. You would think twice before.
I've said this before, Johnny,
Yeah.
that the world would be a lot politer place
Oh,
if
yeah.
everybody had a fucking gun.
Sure,
on
or
their
at
hip,
least
dude.
had the ability to carry
Are
one.
you
right?
fucking kidding
Yeah.
me? You didn't know whether or not I was carrying a fucking 45 in my fucking hip.
Right.
You're gonna come out
Yeah.
with a fucking hammer? Get fucked, dude.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You would think twice. Exactly. It's
Right.
exactly what it is. And a lot politer place, right?
Yeah.
It would be.
Straight up.
So let's spread a little
there'd be
freedom on
a
this
lot
bitch.
more fucking yes sir, no sir going around about that shit.
You let free people be able to be armed to defend themselves, that problem disappears. You end the drug war, this disappears. You
Right.
end the prostitution, that
social
ends.
programs.
You end all the welfare and all the handouts.
Right.
It ends all these problems. We
Right.
wouldn't have these problems.
We could have an open border at that point.
Yeah.
If we had enough
If we
jobs,
tried freedom, we
if
wouldn't have
we
these
had
problems.
enough jobs, which a free market will create, we wouldn't have a problem with illegal immigration.
Well, yeah, and then stop meddling in all their affairs and over in their countries as well. That's
Exactly.
another whole thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
So-
get the fuck out.
I mean,
Come
how-
back home.
How long have
deal
we
with
been
our
running
own
drugs
shit.
through Mexico? I mean, how long has the United States been doing that? For a very fucking long time.
South America too. Yep.
Yeah, South
Yep.
America too.
Oh yeah.
Since the fucking 70s at least, yeah.
I'm losing my patience on this story.
Yeah, something,
Yeah,
something
all right,
around
yeah.
there.
I'm
All right.
so irritated. I think we
Hey,
covered it though.
look,
You
Yeah,
guys,
So,
no, I know.
bottom
I'm-
line-
I'm kind of getting there too.
Bottom
I'll be honest with
line,
you.
it's all funded by taxation. We know taxation is theft. We know that taxation creates government. Government is force. Force is immoral.
That was a fucking
Ninja
beautiful
sum up there.
fucking breakdown.
yeah, hats off to you.
Thank
for that one.
you.
That was a good one.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, I don't know if the folks at home have seen our last episode.
Yeah,
but we had a little kazoo.
Oh, back in my day,
Yeah, we were
had
talking
the
about Stranger Things.
kazoos.
gotta,
We also
oh yeah,
had
you had it queued
banjos.
Yeah,
up.
that's right,
You had
that's
it queued
good.
up. All right.
Yeah, so and then we made a short little best of about
This
the
little
kazoo,
creepy
so
fuck.
It just reminded me of this little creep. So I think we should definitely play this for the freedom fighters at home.
I'm gonna play it.
Back in my day, we didn't need fancy electricity. We had
you gotta
kazoos.
like right before we play this, you gotta edit in the
banjos.
the kazoo. Like fucking, you gotta edit that.
The little clip.
Cut out all this shit that I'm saying and edit that in. It's gonna be funny.
We had kazoos. No editing.
We didn't have
Here we
these
go.
fancy motor cars. We
Here we
had
go.
buggies and horses.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Who are you? I'll tell you a
Stranger
You're not
danger.
yeah, I was gonna say you're not
Wow.
supposed to talk
Sometimes I get a
straight.
little
Constipated.
quiet. I meet lots of new kids.
Yeah.
Get it.
Back in my day.
You know what? I think we're gonna be friends. Special friends. And when I'm
No
with friends,
fucking
I
thanks,
like to have fun,
robot
fun,
cyborg kid.
Fun. I like
my
to
God.
sing, dance, pretend,
Talk about a bad reader.
And oh man. Kazoo.
This kid has two talents: talking to a camera and playing kazoo.
Yeah, this footage is from 1914.
1914, back in my day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can everyone say hi to my
And it's
friend?
weird because they dress
Hello,
very
I'm
similar to
Hilda.
Stranger Things in this video as well.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding, huh?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Well, they came out about the same time. So
Yeah, sure.
Probably.
1914, they both were based out of.
yeah.
Can we do
Makes
more
sense.
kazoo?
Science.
Yeah, I like to kazoo. Me too.
To kazoo.
what is
They're making
wrong with
kazoo is not a
Kazoo?
fucking bird.
Oh, yeah, it is. They just
No.
made it.
I like
Science,
to
bro.
blend in different animals.
I'm mad.
Let's pretend more.
I'm so mad right now.
Do you, Jamie,
It is
you
now
like
an
to
adjective.
kazoo. I think he's just trying to cover
Kazoo
it,
is
yeah.
now an adjective.
Spirit.
I don't know how much more we should watch it. We've been gone past this
Kid
part.
is on one, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, you creepy fuck. We'll see you later.
Changed my mind about the drug war.
That's enough. That's enough.
Changed
dude.
my
We're
mind
done.
about the drug war.
Yeah, no shit. Don't do drugs, kids.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that kid was definitely not part of the DARE
What the
program.
fuck was that?
Holy
Dude,
crap,
see,
dude.
the
That was
funny thing
amazing.
is, the funny thing is, he looks exactly like my best friend I had when I was that age.
Nice.
And no, I shit you not, because like
Did he like to kazoo?
he did not that I remember.
But he had that white kid haircut
He
on.
had that white kid haircut.
I knew
I
it.
feel
dude.
like
I fucking
Jamie-
knew it,
it's like-
dude.
I feel
I
like
had-
Jamie would have been like, "Do you like the hacky sack?"
Not even hacky sack.
I had a friend named
It'd been like,
Brandon in
Do you
6th
want to play
grade.
Jenga?
You look like him too?
Fucking something
He
stupid.
looked
Look
just
like
like that kid. I
Dude,
think we all have a friend who looks
I
like
had a
that
buddy.
kid.
So this kid's name was Darren. All right, and right, it just matches.
Yeah.
And like the reason why it looks so familiar is because he didn't have his adult teeth yet. So like exactly
Oh,
like that
yeah,
kid. It was
yeah.
that long ago.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah, I didn't have a kid like that in school because I was raised by wolves. So
Yeah, all right.
Makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
a whole other
does.
awkward
Science.
situation, but yeah, it's fine.
I've seen
But
you.
yeah,
I've
okay.
seen you at the dinner table eating.
oh yeah, you're
That's
you're welcome.
definitely-
Yeah, it's not my fault, bro.
It's clear.
No.
Yeah.
Very
I
clear.
totally
that that's
understand.
exactly how you were raised.
It's history.
That's fine.
Johnny's got wolf blood.
Science.
Yeah, it's
Science.
history, bro. Yeah. All right.
All right.
And on that note, freedom fighters, we are going to take our break, and we will be right back.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few.
All of taxation is theft.
Taking from one person to give it to another under the threat of force or imprisonment is robbery. Taxation is immoral.
Pointing a gun at someone's head, threatening them with incarceration or violent force is not true freedom.
The product of your labor is your property. Taking the fruit of your labor without consent is immoral. The government is forced and has no way to generate wealth except to levy taxes against its citizens.
It's your property. Keep the government's hands out of everyone's pockets.
Taxation is theft.
Taxation is robbery.
All right. All right. So we were talking off the air. Are we back?
Yeah.
Let 'em
And
know.
we're back.
Okay.
Like we've been recording the whole time.
So before we get moving on, let's do a little Patreon shout out and those
Patreon.
kinds
Okay,
of
so yeah, we
things.
are on Patreon. That is
Yeah,
true.
This is where you can find us: Patreon,
Facebook,
Instagang,
Twitter,
Instagram, obviously YouTube,
YouTube,
SoundCloud,
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Pornhub is a big one.
Yeah.
I usually, every time I look us up on there, I usually get a little sidetracked. I don't know about you
Yeah,
guys, but I mean,
I've looked for our
yeah.
content on there.
I try and
I mean, I never found
I
it.
couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it.
Can't find.
I know it's on there.
Are we,
but-
are we even on there, Johnny? Are you
we
sure?
are definitely on
Are you
there.
sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
just
every-
uploaded our kazoo one on there, by the way.
Every
It's
time I look,
1914.
I get fucking.
There's going to be a
sidetracked.
clip.
It's
You're going to
strange.
see like a flash of
a lot of
our,
stuff.
our Pornhub advertisement in the editing here.
Hashtag freedom boner. It's gonna be great.
It's just gonna be a blurred screen.
Well, hey, let's do.
It'll just be us singing at a
Let's
fucking
do.
Pornhub.
Let's do shout outs then.
Yeah.
All right.
So we already told everybody where they can find us. Also, shop.spreadshirt.com/grim86.
Oh yeah, merchandise.
Make sure you get your fucking merch.
If
which
you're a
which
freedom
I'm-
fighter,
I'm like
we need you
90%
required.
sure. I'm like 90% sure that's the URL for the shop. I could be wrong.
It's on our.
that.
It's all on the Facebook.
Yeah.
So go to our Facebook.
We'll edit this out if
Yeah,
it's not.
Go to our Facebook and you can look up where our link is and everything. It's right there.
It's
at the
great,
top.
and you guys can get some sweet, sexy freedom fighter gear.
Oh yeah, so sexy.
Yeah, the swag
Yeah.
is real.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is happening. This is a movement. We
Oh,
want
yeah.
you guys to be part of it. We should eventually have a get together, a meetup, fan meetup. That would be great.
We will. We're going to be doing some Grim 86 parties soon, so that will be happening in the future.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our thing.
Come hang out.
Yeah,
with
hopefully
us.
we'll invite our new friend from Florida.
Yeah,
A shout out to Without Rulers on
Yep.
Facebook.
Right.
He's a
Instagram is his main platform. So he does have a Facebook, but
Okay.
Instagram is what he's doing right now. It's a new page, so he's just
Who are we
building
talking
it.
about?
We're talking about
Okay.
Without Rulers on
Uh-huh.
Instagram. Type that in, and he has got all libertarian and ANCAP kind of content. And so check him out. We recommend him a lot. He's a cool guy. I talked to him a lot last night. Just get there and go check it,
Yeah.
like and subscribe to him and
He's
all
a
that. Yeah.
libertarian kind of a guy, just trying to get started, trying to make a foundation for himself on Facebook.
Yeah.
Already a little bit more established on Instagram, like Johnny
He's a
just
freedom
mentioned.
fighter and a part of the movement.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I mean he technically he's watched the show a little bit. He wants to be on the show, so technically, yeah, we'll call him a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Get that shit.
Yep.
Let's do
absolutely.
it.
So go check him out. Without Rulers on Instagram. Start there.
Without Rulers. There it is.
All right.
Official shout out
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Grim 86 Freedom First
Right.
podcast.
What do you got?
Boom.
You guys got any other shout outs to anyone? Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny.
Yeah,
Kenny's
he's not
here,
feeling too well.
unfortunately.
He's sick, so
Shout out to Buddha. That's a friend of mine.
There it is.
you had to clarify.
Who
Yeah.
else? Yeah,
Yeah.
who else is watching? Probably Valerie's probably watching.
Hey, Val.
Not Jesus.
Yeah.
Buddha. No,
Chase
no,
and
for real.
Ashley probably watching, right? We got Misty and Todd probably watching.
Oh yeah,
Jennifer.
what's up? What's up?
Who does Kat watch the show?
She watches
sometimes-
some of our friends only watch the
There-
short
sometimes.
versions, the
All right.
best
She,
of.
she doesn't,
Fuck, who
she
else?
don't give a fuck about us, man.
Yeah, she
loves us.
she
She
thinks-
loves us all, but she don't.
No. She
She's
watches
cool,
all the
man.
funny short
But
ones.
she's so fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Probably one of the coolest
Oh
people
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Absolutely.
I'm
in our
saying.
in
That's
our
what I'm
crew.
saying.
So shout out to
definitely.
Cat.
There it is.
Love you, Cat. Keep doing what you do.
Big ups.
Stay sexy, Cat.
All right.
Big
That's all the shout outs I got for
All right.
today.
All right.
You guys want to go ahead and move into the
Yeah. First.
what do
free
we got
talk.
here? What do we got here?
Chris's.
The Fermi
Chris's free
paradox.
talk.
Yeah.
Okey-doke.
So
Let me,
Fermi paradox hashtag. Look it up.
His name was Jeremy, and he's involved in pheromones. So that's where we start with this.
Yes. He was actually a
No,
one of the physicists
wait,
on the
stop.
Manhattan.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking mad right
I was
now.
just not gonna.
He was just gonna like.
I was just kind of gonna try to skate.
Did you
that,
see how
but
I looked at you?
Yeah.
I was
God
like,
damn it, Johnny!
motherfucker.
Fuck in
Yeah.
Johnny.
God damn it, Fermi.
Fermi.
Oh, Christ almighty.
So he was actually a physicist on the Manhattan Project.
Do you want me to put this on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can look it up.
All right, that way that way we can do some research.
So he surmised that there are no aliens. This was not an actual. This wasn't his original thought. This was actually an original thought that came out of 1934. I want to say
1914.
almost 1914. 1930.
I can't
it was
read it from here.
It was 1932, and this group of guys got together and came up with this idea of this paradox. And the paradox basically says that in our lifetime, we should have already seen evidence to support alien life forms. Like we should be living kind of like
side by side on the planet.
Side by side. We should actually like have everyday contact.
Some
with them.
Futurama shit, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
right?
like Futurama, right?
Yeah.
So he said, if you work out this calculation that if you look at how far humankind has come in 10,000 years, and you apply that to a more advanced civilization, right? They should be further along on the evolutionary scale. Not only that, but the
scientific scale,
scientific
probably,
scale,
right?
So they would be way further advanced from us. So we have 10,000 years of human technology to this point. We know what humans are capable of. If we apply it to advanced society, they may be more. They're probably well advanced than we are, and they should have the ability to travel through space. If they have the ability to travel through space, if we take the calculation that the universe is 3 billion years old, you should be able to cross the galaxy within 100 million years in that time if your society has advanced. So in the period of the universe, we should have already been in contact with aliens.
So, but here's the issue that I have with that, and I guess this,
and that's very basic.
I don't know.
That's very basic. I don't.
Well,
I don't know like the whole like.
So before I even get into the issues that I have with that.
All right.
Can you explain to me what is the paradox then?
The paradox is that if there were aliens, then we would know, and so there cannot be aliens. Is what the paradox is.
Okay, so
that's the conclusion he came to,
yes.
or they came to.
So the conclusion is that there are no aliens because mathematically the amount of time that it would take for any organism to travel outside of its own living area,
correct,
to expand and find other living organisms, would have crossed.
Because we know that
a certain area where you would have found something at this point.
I mean, we all know we can't sustain our resources, so eventually we're going to have to leave the planet, right?
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that was part of the paradox, also. Like they had to travel outside.
I think we talked about that already.
Part of that. Yeah.
We did kind of talk about it, and this is why we brought it up. I brought it up last time because eventually I wanted to talk about this paradox, and this is where that idea came from.
Because this type of stuff really fascinates me because we are like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but like we are so fucking close to becoming a stage 2 civilization,
right,
where we are populated multiplanetarily. Interplanetarily, like I couldn't remember that word last time we were on the fucking show, but like soon we're gonna send a crew of people to fucking Mars. It's gonna be insane.
Intergalactic.
Yep. Beastie Boys.
Martians, straight up Martians.
Right. So
humans on Mars.
We would be
Mars.
As far as we are concerned, and
Red
we
rocks.
know we would be the first organism to travel outside their.
As far as we know, but I mean,
Right.
like,
So I'm going to put the damper on the whole thing.
Okay, so
now there's different
wait,
power
wait.
sources outside of our known.
Oh, right. You're right. You're right.
Let him go. Let him go.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to hear this. Yeah, you, Johnny. You.
No, I'm just saying there's different technology, there's different power sources. Maybe they've already, if they're advanced so much, maybe they've seen what we are and they're like, they're not advanced enough, or maybe they're too warmongering or whatever, and we don't even want to deal with them. So there's a ton. I'm not saying there is 100% aliens or not. I'm just saying there's so many other factors that you could put into this.
Right, and this is why I
cool,
wanted
though.
to talk about it,
But
because it's something.
Dude,
like
I just want to throw that all in there.
There's so much more to this. It's so deep.
like without fucking aliens, right? Like without being that guy, like I wouldn't put it past any sort of higher life form that's a little bit more evolved than we are.
Well, if they got here, obviously they are.
To see us and be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like
Trump's the president? Nah, hell nah.
We got this fucking Cheeto asshole that controls the entire fucking world. Get fucked.
Okay,
like
so,
I wouldn't fucking doubt that
at all.
Right.
Say that we're an aquarium, and they're watching from the outside, right? So there are hundreds of billions of stars that can support trillions of planetary life, right?
Yeah, like every galaxy.
So even if we took
a
fraction of those, that would be probably like millions of different species of alien.
Yeah.
Right? So
Okay.
So if we're saying that there's millions of species of they all have an agreement not to touch the
Yeah, but not all of them are going to be as advanced. Like it does depend on the makeup that we have of the planet. Right?
So say we take a fraction of the
Sure.
of the smallest amount of,
and that's also assuming that their math was correct. In other words, like, is the Earth really that old? Is it younger? Is it older? Or not Earth? I mean universe.
Like,
sorry, I mean universe.
So who's to say that like
exactly. We don't know this for sure.
another hydrogen-based planet like the one that we have here.
Carbon,
or maybe they're going the opposite way, advancing out and not coming our way.
Well, holy fuck! Maybe they just got over their ice age.
Sure, maybe
like
they
yesterday.
just have kazoos.
But
yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still 65 fucking
exactly.
million years.
That's what I'm
from being
saying. Yeah.
Anyway.
So it's kind of hard to. It's so vast that it's just all hypothetical stuff.
Okay. So here is what I'm thinking. Let's look into this more. Let's come up with our own. Like, let's read the article on our off time.
The wiki, yeah,
and then do our own research and come up with our own,
which we have here.
Our own
conclusion.
conclusion.
Want to take a look at
but
it again.
it's still going to come down to the same thing. It's just what a bunch of assholes are saying about it, including the scientists. So,
well, I mean,
there's no like proof.
So who has the evidence? Who has the real? Like,
no one.
No one does.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So. We can all make theories,
dude. It's all theoretical science. Like, I mean, that's why it's fun to me. That's why it's so fun to me.
Absolutely,
because like we can look at it like objectively and be like, okay, well, I think that this would have happened.
Right.
Well, I think this happened,
yeah.
and neither of us are wrong. Neither of us are right.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
No one knows.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, nobody fucking knows.
Except for that green guy on the screen.
Possibly.
There, he knows.
A fucking alien.
I know
apparently.
he knows.
I don't know. He looks like a shit I took the other night. It was so
Go to
mean.
the doctor.
It was
stat.
It was so mad at me. My colon hates me.
Oh
my god!
All right,
you got to lay off.
All right, let's go to another free
you're
talk.
fucking eating. Jesus Christ! You want to?
Good times.
You want to bring this thing up? Chris?
Yes,
That's the only
this is
free
a
talk we got. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so the great thing about living here where we live in the country that we live in is there's
in the free market.
There is kind of ways to make money.
Womp womp.
There's a lot of ways to make money, as a matter of fact, and this is one way to get on this app. If you have no I want to say like job history, or you're just starting out and you're having a rough time.
Do you want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, so if you're having a rough time getting work, if you're having a rough time like interviewing places, if you're having a rough time filling out applications and getting on and looking for work, and you just want a job, you just want to work, you don't care, you just want a job, you want to make some money, get on this app. It's called Wannalow, and what it does is it's basically something like Uber. What they do is they have jobs that need to be filled, and they get you to those positions, and you work. And
so it's called Wannalow.
Wannalow, yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah, Wannalow.
But yeah, it's
Sorry, my bad.
It's like a Tackle. Tackle is a different app that kind of does the same thing. It's basically like somebody needs a job done. You put in a profile. Says the kinds of jobs that you can
do. But Tackle doesn't even
Right.
sound fun. Like, it just sounds like you're going to get hurt.
Who doesn't like to be tackled?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends
Fuck,
by who.
I played football, brother.
It depends
That
by
was
who.
badass.
Johnny, you want
I'd
to
love
get tackled? Or you want to get Wannalowed? Like, I mean, fucking.
Yeah, that's an easy decision
How about
right there.
InstaWork? There's an InstaWork also, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There was manpower
Well,
before that.
they're
so.
clearly trying to pay off.
but
Well,
this
that's
is
different. Manpower's different. That's
this
a
is
staffing agency.
yeah, that's a
that's like a
staffing
whole
agency.
other.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
staff your agency.
You got it.
Ooh.
I got your
manpower.
agency staff right here, baby.
So I got a funny little story I like to say. My
Baby.
cousin, back in the day, we were at a mall, and they had one of those manpower buildings there.
Right.
And he, I think we were 16 or something. He was a little strong for his age, and he had the old wife beater on, and he started doing breakdancing in front of the place while it was open. He says, "You want some manpower?" And he started spinning around the floor.
Man.
And it was like, dude, it was like in a packed mall in front of everyone, bro. It was gold. I was just like,
What's your
Wish we had
cousin's
cell
name?
phones
His name
back
is
then.
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Welcome to the show, Brian.
That's amazing. That is
It
amazing.
was amazing.
You got any footage of that?
No.
We're gonna find
This
some
is before the...
yeah.
Before footage.
This
was
is in the
thing.
1980s.
Sadly.
Pretty close
Sadly
to
so.
Back in
1940.
my days, we didn't have footage.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you could just
It
get
was
away
good.
with anything. 'cause
And
nobody
it
killed
was
your
a
ass.
good like 5 minutes too. It was
Right.
like, yeah, he was taking his time with it. And
You
yelling
made it.
into the place.
Hey,
yeah.
you
Do you
made
want
it.
some manpower?
You made
Need
a
some
day with it.
manpower, and then that's fucking ridiculous.
Made a day of it.
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome.
All right.
So this is for job seekers, and this puts you right to work. It doesn't. You bypass the interview. You bypass.
Oh,
the-
Jesus.
They do a
Excuse
simple
me.
background check on you,
Excuse me.
and you get to work. So
Yep.
if you're in need of money, you need to get to work. Jump on this. I challenge you guys. Work 10 days, make $1,000. I challenge you. So just throwing it out there for you
That's
guys.
actually not real bad, to be honest with you.
It's not.
Yeah.
You could
All
do it. There are jobs on there that pay sometimes up to $200. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I like it.
Yep.
That's some free market capitalism shit right there, and I
that
enjoy
is, and you know,
Well, those guys they take a cut, right? How much do they
Sure.
make on it? How much
sure
do
they make
on
it. Of course they're gonna make. I think they're gonna make $5 or something like that.
But it's not exorbitant, right? Like it's
No.
it's agreeable.
No, like they tell you up front.
Well, they're providing a service.
Yeah,
so,
they tell you up
yeah.
front
Well, right? No,
what you're
and-
gonna
and
get.
we should pay for their service, right? But
Sure.
I'm just saying,
Right.
like, I'm not trying to get fucked out of this whole thing, right?
No.
Yeah.
So they tell
It's
you
kind of like the T-shirt thing we
they
do.
tell you up front what they're gonna put in your bank account.
It's agreeable.
Alrighty.
So they tell you up front what the job is gonna, how much the job is gonna pay you, and that's what goes into your bank account.
I dig it.
Cool.
That's
Good
pretty
stuff.
cool.
Good
so
shit.
It's there.
Yeah, well, there's been ANCAPs and libertarians, a lot of them before, and the movement's been popping, but we're doing this a totally different way. We're doing an entertainment
Yeah.
version of it, which has not been done. No one's doing this.
No.
Yeah, it's not just a straight like.
Yeah,
it's
we're
not- it's
talking
not-
about these fucking
it's
super
a-
soldiers
it's
from
a-
Africa.
It's a little
Are you
preachy. It's
Yeah.
a little preachy. Yeah,
but not a lot.
yeah, we're on.
Oh,
It's a little preachy, but I mean, it doesn't have to. It's not 100% preachy.
everything
you know what
is preachy. Everything is
I
preachy.
mean? Debatable.
Name one thing that you can't preach about.
Science.
Okay, that's different.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
So look. A lot of things. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry to do this to you.
Go
but
ahead,
I got
go
to do
ahead,
it to
go
you.
ahead.
A lot of things are preachable, but not everything is fucking preachy. All right, our show
Yeah, that makes sense.
gets preachy.
Wait, okay, so define what you mean as preachy.
If something is preachy, that means that like what we do on the show when we get on our fucking high horse and we're like libertarianism, fucking anarcho-capitalism,
That's
So we,
preachy.
so we
That's
preach
preachy.
about
we're
it,
a little
right?
preachy. We're a little preachy.
But
like there are things that are preachable,
sure.
and there are things that are not.
Well,
I'm
that's
not.
where,
I can't
that's
pre-
where,
look.
that's
I
where
can't
I was
preach
looking
you-
at the
look,
argument from.
I can't
Yeah,
preach
but
to you
you
about
were
the
looking at it
color
from a
red.
different one.
Okay,
Right.
The color red.
Well, you can't even see it,
It's-
so
It's red.
yeah, you can't see it, so okay.
Neat. Can't really preach about it.
Says the colorblind.
I can't even see it. So there's that.
I know another thing you can't argue about:
What?
staying the fuck out of the water. Can't argue about that.
Also,
That's
the
fucking science.
Also, the color
The
green.
statists will argue.
Can't
Oh,
argue
they-
about that either.
They can argue, but they can't really.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's science.
science.
Unless you want to get eaten by a shark. There's consequence, cause and effect.
Wow.
You get in the water, you get eaten by a fucking shark. It's
That
fact.
could be kind of preachy.
It's just fact, though.
No, we can.
Science.
We can preach.
We can
about
preach
not being
about
in the
it,
water.
We're
but we're
preaching
just
about
stating
the
the fact.
facts.
Yeah.
We aren't necessarily
Preaching if I
about
went
it.
on about
Like we
it.
get yeah.
Oh,
we
when we talk
get a
about
little-
ourselves, that's
we
what you mean,
get
right?
a little preachy.
That's like when we talk about ourselves.
No. It's like when you like overly push a specific topic or
Right.
agenda.
Oh, okay.
That's being preachy.
I see. What
We're
you
trying
mean.
when it
Yeah.
becomes like okay. So on this particular show,
Mm-hmm.
we got a little preachy about how much we disagreed with Donald Trump's fucking bullshit.
We're
And
supposed
we got
to.
a little preachy.
Yeah,
Right? On that.
I don't think
But
so. Maybe
but like we weren't
maybe I just don't
preaching-
recognize preachy. Maybe I'm just an arrogant asshole.
that is
Probably.
entirely a possibility.
Maybe.
And that's
Holy shit.
okay.
I guess.
And that's okay. It doesn't
Whatever.
matter. Whatever. We're all allowed to be a little narcissistic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we know.
Why do you look directly at me when you said
Oh
that?
no, nothing.
I've seen some video. So.
You
I've seen some footage.
yeah.
Oh,
All right,
that's
so when you're
fucking-
watching this later after you edit it, am I the asshole? Come on, you motherfuckers.
Hey, someone's got to edit it.
Oh,
No.
but I'm the asshole. Whatever.
It's different.
I
Yeah.
love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
It's a
Debatable.
great fucking show. Fucking great show, dude. You know what,
And we're back.
dude? We talked about Ghana. We talked about choppers. We talked about AI, Kazoos. We talked about the president tonight, the Fermi paradox. Now we're going to hit you with a little.
Yeah, the STD Ghana is coming up, and they're going to take out America. They have like the most highest tech.
Highly advanced gonorrhea.
Yeah. It's legit.
Ghanization.
Yeah, they have their
Super
tank that
Ghana.
steals our robots.
Right.
And their super high-tech suits.
The Rhea tank.
Yeah.
No way, it's gonorrhea.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
No,
terrible.
that's when they're leaving their gonorrhea.
Bad.
Yeah.
That was the bad.
Yeah, that's when they
joke.
leave.
That was the-
Yeah.
Yours was better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I tried to get. Yeah.
You try to make bad jokes.
Yeah, I tried to like get in there, but you're just totally better. Like I was, he already said the thing. Damn it.
Right. Yeah.
He already said it.
Womp womp.
Well, okay, I guess let's just fucking jump into it. What do you
So,
guys think?
anyways, we're back.
Yeah. So
When are we back?
We've been
bam,
back.
we're
Okay.
back. Yeah. Okay. Just make sure. Yeah, we are recording.
Yeah, we
All
are.
right, we're
Okay.
good. So
Jamie's going to lead us into our next topic.
Yeah, so the next freedom topic here, the one thing that I wanted to get into, because it's happened to me twice now, and what I wanted to clarify on was a little bit on the political labels. Now, I'll go ahead and start off by saying that I don't necessarily like the political labels. This is my own personal opinion. You guys are obviously free to share your own.
Sure.
But I think that like when you label somebody a leftist or a liberal or a Democrat or a right-winger or libertarian even, that sucks, and I think that's what kind of divides us. However, I've been mislabeled before, and it frustrates me. Even though I don't necessarily agree with the labels, it's that if you're going to address me, I think you should know that what I'm about, what I stand for. So a couple of times now, I've told people, or people have been made aware that I consider myself libertarian, and they have associated that with being liberal. Now, a couple of issues that we have with this is that libertarians can be liberal, okay? Not in the sense of the word that liberal is mistaken for by today's standard, because liberal today a lot of the time means leftist. Now, if you take
99% of the time is the way it's in.
exactly right.
So we should get
if
into
you-
some definition.
We should. So, but if you take a look at what a classic liberal is defined as, you'll find a lot of libertarianism in there, but it does not mean a leftist or what most people define as a liberal today. So my issue is of semantics for the most part, but also like why the fuck do I have to explain to you what I am or what I'm not? And we already spoke about this earlier. It's like it's much easier for me to say that I'm of a certain philosophy or of a certain label, because then you just kind of know everything else that like goes along with it.
Yeah, what some of the problem is too is like, so I'll use an example, is if you post a meme that's about taxation is theft or something that a libertarian would generally be the one to be posting. Well, what ends up happening is you'll have someone from the right, the conservatives, or from the left, the liberals, the leftists, and they will comment and they will attack you as if you are a conservative. If it's from the left, if it's from the right, they're going to attack you as if you're a liberal. Independents, they'll be 50-50 on that one because they don't really fucking know which way to attack you. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's when you have to drop in, just real quick, I'm almost done.
Go ahead.
That's when you have to drop in, well, I'm a libertarian, that's not either of those things. So you're already attacking me on something totally that you don't even know. And then generally speaking, those people that attack you, they don't even know what a libertarian is.
Right. And
So that's where the labels kind of have to come into play. I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying overall, but that's why the labels. That's why they have to be there.
And I know that you do. I know that you agree. It's just that,
it is stupid that we have to label ourselves.
What I'm trying to preach here is that like is basically like
I like how
that
you
like
did that.
I think the labels are stupid.
Yeah.
However, unfortunately, right now, in order to explain your political climate or what you believe in, they are necessary. And hopefully one day we will transcend all of that shit. But right now, like, we need labels. We need left. We need right. We need liberal. We need conservative. We need libertarian. We need democratic. We need socialist. We need communist.
Yeah, that
like,
way
we
you
need
know
all that
what
shit.
they are, what they're standing for,
Exactly.
what movement they're going with.
Exactly.
I'm free people.
Well, sure. That's what libertarians are.
Yep.
Like I brought that into a label. Yeah.
So
All right. So now go ahead.
I mean,
now
I think a
Oh, go
big
ahead.
part of it is people need clarification on where you stand in this climate right now politically. So the thing is, we're not a political organization. We don't stand for politics.
Yeah, now there is a Libertarian Party, and none of us are even. I don't even think any of us are registered as one, right?
No.
So,
Well, no, I'm not. I'm registered. I did it when I was 18.
I'm
so
registered
long. I don't
as-
even remember what I registered. I probably, honestly, I probably registered as Democrat.
I know I'm
haven't
registered
I
as
haven't either.
Libertarian, but even still, like, it's not about political party. It's about philosophy.
yeah.
So I was just saying. I was just being transparent there
Right,
for a
right,
second.
right.
I'm probably registered as Democrat, even though I
Right.
don't identify.
Right.
Even though I don't identify as Democrat.
Well,
Was it 2019?
we
I
all
don't
learn-
identify.
Right.
As
we
Come
all
on, that's
learn,
a little
man.
funny. That's a little
yeah,
funny.
you identify. We
Jesus
get you.
Yes.
Get fucked.
Thanks, man.
That was kinda funny.
We got your damn joke.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for participating, man.
Participation trophy.
It's man.
Well, let's not go there right now. Oh,
Yeah,
so yeah,
shit. Sorry.
That's
So
an edit.
everybody
That's an edit.
So everybody needs to be labeled, right? Everybody wants to be labeled. So
Oh yeah, especially nowadays.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like, if you use the wrong labels and you miss,
You know what? Ultimately, I think that is about though. It's about like if you're this label, you're on my side.
Right.
If you're any
They know-
other label,
exactly.
you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
And that's a classic divide and conquer.
Oh, yeah,
fucking
that's what-
bullshit,
but
dude.
that's the way they
what
are.
Fucking
So
pisses
simple.
me off.
Yeah.
Nobody realizes that. Like, I understand. Like, we openly identify as libertarian, but like, if you take a look at what libertarian is, it's we don't believe in the two-party system. But if you are part of it, great for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's be you and
I'll
be me.
Let's debate
and
about
then,
it.
Yeah, let's talk about
Right,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or don't, right? Like
Sure.
it's a very live and let live type of philosophy. The non-aggression principle, self-ownership, property rights, all that sort of stuff.
So on that note, let's you're right where we need to go. So as a liberal, what are they going to be most likely to believe in? Collectivism.
Well, wait.
Okay, yeah,
so
no.
we're still working on labels here.
Well,
Okay.
no, he's right. He's right though. That's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
we need to go.
exactly.
So the most I guess like conceived word or the most conceived thought of the word liberal,
Misused.
like what most
Yeah.
people think of when they think of liberal, collectivism, socialism,
yeah.
Right.
Well, communism
Eh,
kind of
that's extreme,
borderline.
but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Radical
Yeah.
liberalism would be
Right.
communism in my opinion.
And usually when someone says that they're a liberal or a leftist, they're not going to
Yeah.
say that, but they're going to say they're a liberal. They're going to identify with down the party lines. They're going to be
Right.
pretty much 90% of the time saying they wanted to vote for Sanders in the last election, but they voted for
Democratic
Hillary.
socialists,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And, they're going to be on the same page all the time with the same exact things. They're always going to want the big social programs.
Right, welfare.
Exactly. That's what they're all about.
All state
Lots
run
of
programs.
government.
Yeah.
Lots
And
of
it's
government.
all
State-run schools.
and almost 90% of it is feel good emotional
appeal.
appeal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of government.
So that would be
Yeah.
the rough version of a quick, fast version of what a liberal is going to stand for. Generally,
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
there's exceptions, but most of them are going to be straight down the board the same kind of thing.
Right. So, I mean, if we look at our political leaders right now, like Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh yeah,
She's
God.
she's
total.
she's a leftist.
Yeah,
She's a
total.
She's not a
total-
liberal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they would
Nope.
still consider they would like her.
Well, they labeled so
She
the
was
whole
a Sanders person.
yeah, she was a big time Sanders person. Bernie Sanders also, he's a leftist. Hillary Clinton, leftist. I mean, Barack Obama, he's a leftist also. I mean, they run under the banner of Democrat or liberal, but it's all left.
And their new term, the Democratic Socialists.
It's left ideology with left government. So that's
left style government.
left
Yeah.
style government.
Yep.
Like for our country and making everything better and equality and all
They
that kind of stuff.
more though usually the Democrat side of it, the liberal side of it, the leftist side of it is usually going to compare themselves to like Cuba and Venezuela and those kind of things. That's usually what they
Right.
always talk about.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're not really as nationalist as
No, social. They
Yeah,
are
yeah.
socialists.
You know,
yeah.
and things are just going great over there.
Oh yeah, right. That's working out great for them.
Yeah. And free market capitalism is totally
It's
different.
still
than-
1914 over there.
Shit, it's 1814.
Oh shit.
So that's my understanding of a liberal is it's misused in describing the political left.
It's
Yeah.
horribly
Yeah.
misused.
Yeah,
Horribly
leftist is
horribly
what you.
misused.
Yeah, exactly.
What most people think of when they hear the word liberal is leftist. That is,
I do.
I mean, by definition, that is what they should think. Leftist, but it does not equal liberal, because if you think about, because this is the whole point of this segment, right? We're trying to tie it back in. Technically, a lot of us can be considered neoliberals.
Right, exactly.
Because
yes.
neoliberal has everything to do with no state,
Lazy
and
unfair,
it has to do
yeah.
with the individual,
Right, free market.
and what's
yeah.
right for the individual and the free market.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many terms that are out there that you can just
Yeah, you
misuse
get lost in the
and-
weeds.
yeah.
Okay, so this
All
is
this
my last.
lawyery
This is my last thing
bullshit.
about the liberal part of it. Okay, so liberal, they're using the term literally, like more of, like we want to give more of. We're liberal, like we
a liberal amount of
yeah
X.
yeah exactly. So that's it, kind of being used literally to term the left, and the idea
Like, as an adjective instead of a
I
noun.
like as a derogatory word. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they're like as a derogatory
Hey,
word. Like
don't apologize. I've done that several
Yeah.
times this show.
Yeah.
It's fine.
my mouth is moving too fast. for my brain.
I probably had one too many before we started this thing.
Right.
So yeah,
So
that is what it is.
so
Loud noises.
giving away
I love
a
lamp.
liberal amount is not okay. So that's
Yeah.
But we are not liberal in that sense.
No, so when you're talking about what a liberal, we're going to go with what Jamie was being.
Right.
We choose to actually use the word leftist is actually what me and Chris at least agree with about
Right.
for the show. Like that's basically what we want to call him. But in Jamie's case, it was definitely he was getting called liberal. I've had the same thing numerous fucking times. Liberals want to have these huge social programs. They want to have the free health care. They want all these government programs to
Make everything fair.
feel goody,
Make
take care of
everything
everything, but it's all being taken by force, through taxation and by gunpoint.
And
So-
that's where we come in. We're
Exactly.
not. We don't get into the weeds. about-
Libertarians do not want any of that. We are not liberal in any way.
we're
That's not
talking
even
about
close.
the morality of
It's
it.
literally the exact opposite of what a liberal is.
Well, so
Right.
if you
Is what we are.
if you look at it like this, though, here's the way I see it,
Yeah.
where it's a little similar, is that we all agree that like we're for the betterment of mankind. We're for the betterment of society.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now the problem that we have is that the only way that anyone has ever given us a solution to that problem is through fucking force, through
Right.
taxation, through taking money out of my paycheck without my consent.
well, and conservatives want to do the same thing, but with a different philosophy.
Right.
So
yes,
they
do.
want what's right for everyone according to what they think as well.
Well,
Right.
so the leftists want collectivism.
Sure.
The conservatives want
The more morality based.
They want
Church and state.
but they still
Church
want
and state.
taxation. They
Yeah.
still want taxation.
Sure. Yeah.
though.
Well, they're more so conservatives
still
are going to
fucked.
be more based upon morality and security.
but they still want
Just watch
The
that
family
speech
values.
again.
They still want the government to make that decision for them.
Oh, absolutely, statism.
Where fucking exactly.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
they're both
exactly
statism.
what I'm
Yeah.
getting at.
Yeah.
Is that like, why can't I decide where my money goes and who
Individual.
it goes to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I need anybody else to act as a fucking middleman and fucking?
Jamie wants voluntary exchanges with individuals. That's where he's going with
Right.
that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's exactly what I was going with.
Like why do we pay? Why are we paying taxes for property that we own? I mean, stuff like
we
that.
don't
like-
own it.
We don't
That's
own
why.
it.
That's the
And
answer.
that's what
because
we're
we
saying.
really don't own it.
It's immoral for the government to tax us on property that we already own, and then take it away from us when we don't pay these taxes.
Yep.
That should not be.
Yeah, it fucking is.
That should not be a thing. That should not be a crime. The crime should be that the government is using force against its own people.
Yeah. Not one liberal will ever say taxation is theft
Yeah.
and mean it.
It-
Or know what the fuck they're talking about.
If you want,
Not one liberal is going to say, there might be a few that say, and the Fed. They're not going to be about individualism. They're not going to be about voluntarism. They're not going to be about self-governance. They're about the collective. All the things that we as libertarians believe in is complete opposite. So when someone's
It's
saying
fucking-
that
it's
as
lost
being a
on them, dude.
keyboard commando saying that, they don't know what the hell they're
It's
talking about.
fucking lost on them. They
It's
don't.
completely
they
the
don't
opposite.
Get it.
yeah, we're not a political group.
Freedom, bro.
We're not here to. We're here to show you what the government is doing to us, not to not to push a left or right side to you.
Yeah, and if you want to fucking follow us down the rabbit hole on the way, then you're fucking welcome to.
And visit us on Pornhub. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a libertarian? I get that question asked all the time. It's pretty much self-governance and self-ownership. Self-ownership is where you realize that you are your own property. You were born as your own property, and no one, no collective, no government has the right to take anything away from you or make decisions for you. You are your own property. Voluntarism is to interact voluntarily with other groups, individuals, without having repercussions on your business, your home, your own body. It's to not have a government, a collective, force you to do anything. Every transaction, every choice should be voluntary. Individualism is where an individual, you, me, anyone, is a single person. They have the right to make their own decisions and their own choices, to know that government does not know what's best for them. The collective does not know what's best for them. The individual knows what's best to self-govern themselves. Individualism is what and who we, each and every one of us, are. We do not need anyone to tell us differently. We know what's best for ourselves. The non-aggression principle is one of those things that all libertarians agree upon. You can't be a libertarian without believing in the non-aggression principle. Basically, to do no harm. To not initiate force against anyone else. As an individual, you do not put your force upon anyone else. You do not bully people. You do not intimidate people. You interact with people voluntarily with peace. Now, to use force, the only time that would be justified would be in self-defense. So to defend oneself or their family, their loved ones, or even the weak, if someone was getting attacked or assaulted, it would be justified under the non-aggression principle. Things like taxation. Taxation is theft. Taxation is robbery. The government comes and issues force. So they are already violating the non-aggression principle to come and confiscate your earnings and your property.
Buy
There's
some,
that, too.
buy some sweet,
Sure.
T-shirts and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, do that
Oh,
too.
yeah, man.
Oh, there he is, styling. All right.
That's like four
Freedom
times
86
I've like
Freedom
heard,
First
I've like 4 times I've done that on the show. I got to keep doing it though.
Yeah, well, you were the first to have the shirt, so that's cool.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Technically, Steven.
Oh, I
First
meant
ever
on the
shirt.
podcast.
Yeah. it's-
Shout out to
shout
Steven.
out to Steven.
Yeah, he picked up
And
a
for
hat
Steven.
and a
Yeah.
Reaper shirt. So,
Heck yeah,
pretty
man.
cool.
That was pretty fucking
Yeah.
sweet.
It's dope.
Thanks for your support and anyone else. I don't know if anyone else has bought anything.
Not yet.
They have not.
Okay.
He's been our
Well,
only
there we
two.
go.
He's been our only two. Yeah. I
You
get
drop it, boom.
notifications on my phone.
There we go. Well, thanks for the support,
Yeah.
Steve.
Y'all are fucking cheap is what it is.
You animals! Give me your money.
Oh, shit.
See, that's
That
how
was funny.
That's how we make sales. Is we yell, we
just yell at the camera.
We got
talk,
real preachy right there,
yeah,
buddy.
we talk shit to the
Yeah.
freedom fighters,
Yeah.
and then
and preach at him.
And then you
And
do what we say,
and
and
they're
then
like,
we have a happy
"No."
life.
then they're like, "No, I'm not," and then they go buy our shit. You know.
All right, well, we're all off our soapbox now, and we will.
Stop,
was- yeah,
stop pouring yourself out, Jamie.
It was
You
a good
fucking
segment. Thank you
prostitute.
guys. I really appreciate.
All right,
you
you
guys,
got that off your
yeah.
chest now?
Yeah, I
Not
do.
your shirt, but you know.
Yeah, I needed to.
Yeah.
Dude, liberal. Don't call
Words
me.
are
Don't
weird.
call me a fucking liberal. Don't
Yeah.
call me a fucking liberal.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
Get
If
fucked.
you want to call me something, call me freedom.
Call me love,
Exactly.
Mr. Love.
Call me
Call
later.
me by my name. Like you know.
Call
it's
me
really,
Mr.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Boombastic.
Whatever you want to do. You
Yeah,
know?
or
Yeah.
maybe just even ask like what it is you believe before you just start assaulting someone and assuming what they
Yeah,
are.
man. Do you even know where all that money for those social programs that you want come from? I mean, are you aware of that? Maybe you should start there.
Mhm.
You know, how is that funded?
Follow the money.
Follow the money, baby.
Yeah.
You really want this country to change? Change the money, honey.
Government control. Alrighty. So, what do we got?
Next.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
And the Fed.
Yeah.
And the fucking Fed.
Oh.
You want to do this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see that one.
Here we go.
Okay.
So our second threat we got for you guys, stay out of the water. Let's get this on the screen. Here we go. So they cited 3 white sharks. What was the coast? Does it say? It said, I don't remember.
Shark right here.
It's on the East
boat.
Coast. I don't remember what it is. Look at this crap.
That's a big fish, man.
It's not a fucking fish.
Unbelievable.
Damn.
A shark's not a fish?
Yeah. Oh, technically it is, but he means shark.
Oh.
That's what I know.
Yeah, he should have said
I
shark.
knew what he fucking meant.
Fucking jerk.
Look at this
Give
guy.
me a false sense of security by calling it a fucking fish.
Just don't let him eat it.
Dude,
Awareness is everything.
Dude, they're right there. Like,
Oh, get fucked,
Yeah,
dude.
this is
That
just
guy, he's got like
ridiculous.
meat in the water.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'd be
Yeah.
like, we're leaving.
so
We wouldn't be out there in the fucking first place.
yeah, right? Yeah, we know better. So freedom fighters, don't even put yourself in this position at all. Like,
What
you don't need to be
the
that
fuck?
close.
If you
dude.
happen to find yourself in this situation, bring your AR with you.
Or higher power,
Yeah.
actually. Some 7.62 action up in here.
Oh my god, look at that big
Yeah.
old fuck,
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
You need an AK for that fucking thing.
Unbelievable. Whatever you
Or
guys do,
308.
don't go in.
So stay the
Yeah,
fuck,
right?
stay the fuck away from the fucking water.
out
There's
of
3
the
of these bad boys cited, and they said that they assume there's way more because
Oh
these
my
were just
God.
like
Yeah.
was this like 2 days ago posted, and they were just chilling.
Dude,
Off
yeah,
the coast of
fucking
where?
No, thank
it was
you.
it was East Coast. It says
Dude.
somewhere. I don't.
Oh,
remember.
South Carolina.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
man.
I'm not
that's
ready.
Crazy.
My body's not
Okay,
ready.
so now we always tell you to stay out of the water. Maybe go in the pool. That's some safe water. Maybe
Wait.
you'll get some piss contamination.
Is that a body of water?
But it is, but it's contained.
Oh, wow.
So it's in a backyard, right? A pool or a hotel, whatever.
Seems legit.
So it seems like it's going to be a safer environment to go
Hold on,
into.
I have to.
Well,
I have
then
to-
me,
I gotta move us. I think I'm gonna moving us over. I'm moving us over here.
yeah, there. That's probably good down low. All right, so then I found this video,
Oh,
and
no.
I would like to bring this to your attention that we always told people go in the pool. Remember, Jamie, we did the wave pool with the surfing.
We did, yeah.
Okay, so we said to go.
definitely did
Now
that.
we're having to rethink that whole thing because of this video.
All right.
maybe
let's
you
rock and
just
roll.
have
Here
to
we
stay
go.
out of the
Here we
water.
go.
Good for him, man. That's a big guy.
Yeah, he's planning.
He's got it.
he's doing it.
launching. Oh, dude, that's going to be awesome.
Oh, look at the spread. Oh yeah. The beard is tucking nicely. And boom!
Oh, dude.
Stay the fuck out of the water.
Stay out of those bodies.
Oh, look at these fucking people are all dying because of this guy.
Man,
Dude,
nothing's safe.
you can't even be by the water.
Holy shit.
Now, you
dude.
thought you were just near a pool? No, everyone
No,
died,
dude.
bro.
This is
Oh, my
horrible.
God.
Stop. Yeah, there you go.
I was
That
not
was
expecting
epic.
that.
So
dude.
that was just being by
That
the
just
water.
totally fucked me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to do that though. It's information.
That was amazing.
It's informative.
Thank you for that.
That's
It's informative science.
Hey, over Chris Knuckles on that one.
Yeah. Oh, there you
dude,
go.
I'm just
That was
fucking
so good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Now
a lot.
he can't
I'm
even.
just blown
yeah,
away.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
You
say.
would be worse than that if you were there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
Hundreds of people died on
Wow.
that
Wow.
take alone. Yeah.
I think
that
this
shot.
is why we need
You're gonna have
government
to just stay out of the
sometimes.
water, dude.
Yeah, and away from it. Like that was
Right.
that was a good 3 blocks that just got wiped out.
Yeah, that was
So
big area.
if there's a swimming pool even within 3 blocks of you, you're probably fucked.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Science.
remember the tsunami? They hit what was it? Or was it Thailand or something like that? Remember that?
Yeah, well,
I was
there's
like-
been
I
a
was
bunch
like
of them.
New
Yeah.
Orleans.
It was
I
like
mean, come on.
2011, right?
Yeah, and there was the
It was like the
Japanese
mass-
one was huge too,
Yeah.
where that reactor got fucked.
Yeah.
That was
No,
another one.
but the
That was
one
another
before
one.
that. Yeah. That one was that's bad. You know that's still leaking, right?
That was probably footage from.
yeah. You know that's probably leaking. That's still leaking, right?
Jesus, yeah.
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 And there's a big old trash heap in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
And we're banning straws
Well,
in
yeah.
California.
Well, yeah, they got the radioactive like readings from it all the
Right.
way over here in California on the beach.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the problem with that kind of technology, man.
All right. Well, so everyone go like and subscribe and share us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter,
Patreon.
What was the other one? I know. Did they say YouTube?
SoundCloud? You got
SoundCloud. There we go.
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud,
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter.
So SoundCloud.
We're on everything.
Yeah,
we're on fucking everything.
SoundCloud, Facebook, and YouTube are our main platforms that we're updating the most.
Also coming soon in the Fed video. Look out for that.
Oh, that's just gonna be so tight.
Yeah, doing a
That's
little
gonna be
mini
so
doc.
fucking tight.
We got the little trailer on our page on YouTube. You can check it out. And the Fed coming soon.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie, you got a wrap up for us?
Yeah, I got a little wrap up for you guys. The first one's gonna be don't fuck with Ghana, asshole.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
clearly they got some next level shit that you don't want to fucking deal with.
Right?
Right?
And you get that STD.
Yeah,
So
you don't want
stay the fuck
you don't
out
want
of
to deal with
Ghana.
that. Fucking helicopters are cool, asshole.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Especially that guy.
Especially when they rescue people on the
That
side of a
was
fucking
fucking
crazy ass mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out for self-driving cars, asshole.
Yeah.
One might just fucking plow over you and they won't give two shits about it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and go out there and say Donald Trump's an asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I agree.
He's
Like
an asshole.
holy shit, right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Come on. It's fucking Cheeto face. Aliens aren't real, asshole.
Yeah, get it
Debatable.
together.
Debatable.
I get it. I get it.
We'll see.
But it was supposed to be
No,
charged. You know
I
what mean?
got it.
It was
I got it.
charged.
Yeah.
And stay the fuck out of the water.
Always stay the
asshole.
fuck out of water.
Jesus Christ.
And
how many
finally,
times I got to say it?
The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club, asshole.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you once again, Freedom Fighters, for joining us on this episode of Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast. Remember, don't trust your leaders. We the fuck out. Later.
So my question to you is, will you tell the American people to whom you lent $2.2 trillion of their dollars? Will you tell us who got that money and what the terms are of those agreements? No.
A system of government and monetary policy where you monetize debt. Debt will continue.
The Federal Reserve can't have that shit.
In a truly objective society, there would be no monetary policy.
So the Federal Reserve, they want to control the monetary system.
Yet the average Joe and Jane from Main Street, if they printed their own money, they would be imprisoned as counterfeiters.
This goes beyond being an economic question. It's a moral question.
There is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take.
There should be no Federal Reserve.